Now that you're au fait with creating variables and constants, I'm going to show you how we can work with the string data type. If you remember that strings are just sequences of characters. So if we had a char, my char equals C, and we wanted to declare a string would be different from the character, and the character has single quotes always around the single character. Also remember that this is a character, a space is a character, exclamation mark. Refer to your ASCII table if you need to. Now, the string data type. Strings are sequences of characters. So if we declare the variable words and initialize it to, let's see, hello world, exclamation mark. There are a number of things that we can do with this string. The one that you should be fairly happy with is writing to the console. So we can write the words out to the console. Hello world. But there's more that we can do. So because words is effectively an object in C#, we can access properties and methods inherited from the string class. The way that we access properties and methods of objects in C# is with the dot notation. So if you place a full stop directly after the name of the variable or object, it gives you access to all of the methods and properties. Now, methods are using the purple symbol. Properties usually have a black spanner icon. So in this case, we're going to look at index of. Now, the index of method, will report the zero-based index of the first occurrence of the specified character in the string. And you can see the overrides for this method. So we can either give it string value and then the start index and then a comparison type, start index and count. In this case, I'm just going to pass it a character. So I'm going to go with a capital W. So it should give me the index of this W here, which if you count from 0, this being a 0 index, we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the space, 6. So if we're writing out the index of this, we should see 6. And as predicted, a 6 is what we got. Do be careful, because it's quite common to miss or skip the counting of spaces when you're looking at a particular index point. This is quite a useful method in that it allows us then to either split the string at a particular point or extract part of a string from a particular point, or even change the values of characters. Again, this is going to find you the first occurrence of this. So if I were to do the same thing with the O, you'll notice it will return the index of the first occurrence of the O, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's change this to the lowercase o. Build our program, and the 4 is what we got. It won't return any subsequent indexes. Another very useful method is split. So if we were to create a new string, new words equals words dot split, you can see this returns an array of the substrings in the instance that are delimited by elements of a specified Unicode character array. Or in English, what this means is that we can give it a splitting character, and every time that character is found, it will use that point to split each of the substrings into a separate elements within an array. So we need to set up an array of strings here, And I'm going to use the space to delimit my individual words. And then we're going to output each of these to the console. For each word in new words, right line word, and then we're going to give it, in fact, no, it won't. So let's build that, and you can see what's happened is we've split this string up using the space. There was only one, so we've only got two elements in our new array. We've got hello and world exclamation mark. If we were to put another couple of spaces in, we should see that we get he, LLO, were, and uld exclamation mark. Let's run the program again. And there you go. This is very useful for splitting things up, especially if you're reading in from a file, or you're reading in from, say, a comma-separated value or tab delimited, or whatever character that's being used to sort of separate out elements. This is a very useful method for reading the values. There are a number of other ones, substring being one, and length being another. So I'm just going to remove this section. And I'm going to write out the length of this particular string. So words.length. As you can see, this has given us 14. Now, length is a property. We didn't need to give the parameter braces as we would for a method. But you can see as I hover on here, the spanner indicates that this is a property. Now, the very final one is the substring. So if we come back here, words.substring. So substring retrieves a substring from the object. Starts at a specified character position and continues to the end of the string. So if you combine this with the index of tool that we used earlier, you can retrieve a part of the word. So this is useful if you want to retrieve a section out of the original string. So here we've got substring, and we could actually use the index of here to get the index of the capital W, which we're passing directly in to substring there. Now it's complaining because I'm not using it. I will use it in a second. I'll take this value and just write it to the console. Build that program. And as you can see, what happens is we're first looking up the index of the W, which is 6. And then we call words.substring from index 6. In fact, just to show you this, I'm going to replace this with the value that we got. And build that, and then you can see exactly the same occurrence. There are a number of other methods and properties that are useful with strings, but that should be enough to get you started. If you do want to discover more, heartily recommend simply using the dot notation and exploring the options that are there. The wonderful thing about the IDE is it is going to document for you. It's going to tell you what these methods and properties will give you.